So you guys, this is Coach Meg Gluckman, and she is fabulous, and she is a coach, and I'm going to let her tell you specifics, but what we're going to talk about is basketball as like a metaphor for navigating through life, divorce, parenting.
Relationships,
Although,
mostly like how we interact with other people. All right.
sign me
And
up.
okay, we just finished March Madness
We did.
for women's NCAA, which is all I care about. All right. Um, and I should start by saying, like, I come from a basketball family, right?
I
Three
didn't know that.
girls. Yeah, three girls. We all played basketball. One of my sisters became a Division III basketball coach in Iowa. All right. My dad was like our assistant basketball coach in high school. We're into it, right? So what do you do before a game? You watch some game tape, right? You're going to watch the other team and
Research.
research, right? And if you're actually playing them a lot, or if, maybe you're coming into the tournament and you're thinking UConn's going to be in that final game, then you're going to watch a whole lot of UConn tape
Mhm.
beforehand, right? And you're going to know who your player is, like who you're going to be guarding,
Mhm.
and you're going to learn something about them, right? You're going to learn, oh, she has a very weak left hand. She only drives right. Okay. Or this girl is never going to take a 3-point shot. Like she never shoots unless she's within 6 feet of the basket, right? So you learn this stuff and then you go into the game and you expect them to behave like you've watched 10 hours of tape,
Mhm.
right? Oh, she never takes 3-point shots. What a surprise. She didn't take a 3-point shot during the game, right? Or she never drives left. She only drives right, right? So you can guard them really well. You're going to be good opponents. But if you come into the game and you are surprised after watching 10 hours of game tape that this person only drives to the right,
Mhm.
or this person only takes shots within 6 feet, that's on you,
Mm.
right? Like you're surprised,
Mhm.
even though they have told you over and over and over again exactly what they're going to do. Okay.
Love this.
Yeah. And so the context is I work with a lot of parents that are going through divorce, right? So they're going into a divorce meeting with a spouse that they have known for years, right? And they are surprised by how that person shows up, or
Mhm.
they are surprised by what that person says. And I'm like, is this totally out of the blue? I ask them, because who knows? Because there's a big girl who shoots, and sinks a 3-point shot every once in a while, and maybe that's this,
Mhm.
right? And they'll say, no, he's always like this, or no, she always does this. So why are we surprised? Right? Because when we're surprised, we give off, like we give them our energy, right? We deplete our energy just in the act of being surprised.
And like the disappointment. Like I'm thinking when I have
The
felt
disappointment.
surprised by
Yeah,
disappointing behavior, first the surprise, but it's like this balloon pop of disappointment and shock. And
right,
like, did you watch tape?
right. You had 10 years of tape. You knew this, right? So, uh, of course, I'm not going to shame my client into like, you should have known this, right?
No,
But
but we have options.
instead, we have option. That's it, right? Instead of going in and being surprised, let's go in and let's plan on it. Like if he has always complained that, you didn't help with the kids, you didn't take the kids to any of their doctor's appointments, and he always complained about that. Let's expect that in this meeting, he's going to complain about that thing. Then what do you want to do? So instead of going in and being like, oh, he did it again. No. What do you want to do when he says that? Nothing? Something? I don't know. But you get to choose. But we're going to make the plan so that when we go in, we're just like, yep, oh, right on time. That was
I
right on
love this.
schedule.
It's like number one, it's like restoring agency. And obviously agency is
Totally.
always there, but I certainly like when I'm surprised, for example, it feels out of control and I
Yes.
don't expect that. And if
Yeah,
honest, it feels like a lack of agency. And then
completely.
I love your analogy in basketball because basketball is so fluid and it moves so quickly. And like we have plays and we have plans, but also it's all just going to be, and it's like, ah, but right, we watch tape because it's not just shoulder shrug, who knows what will happen.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
habits, there are
Yeah.
patterns.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so
Right.
good. So it's not rigid, but it's like
Not
you're
rigid.
what you're teaching, it's not rigid, but it's also
Yeah.
no agency, no
Yeah.
options, who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. And I will tell you when folks start anticipating what the other person is going to bring up, right? It becomes funny.
Of course. It's like
We
a,
we actually talk about like make yourself a bingo card. Like you think you're gonna, right?
uh
Like you expect it. I'll give you like a personal example from me. I have a 10-year-old, love him, but his chore is to empty the dishwasher every night, right? He hates it.
yeah,
He complains every single time,
original.
right? And so original. I have a lot of game tape on this, right?
Mm.
And so I could fight it, or I could just be like, that's right on time. No, mom, I don't want to. Of course you don't want to. You're adorable. Go do it.
This is so valuable. And I'm thinking, of course, I'm thinking of my father, who before we were like officially recording, I was telling you, and he's brain injured. So
Yeah.
he he's not well. And it's funny if I'm in a good mood, because to your point, it's only the tape on this
Mm-hmm.
brain injured
Mm-hmm.
version of him.
Right.
There's always a comment about my weight. I look sick. There's always a comment I haven't been married. I'm too old now. I'll never get married. I've aged out. Like this, a bingo card could be made, and there's always a comment about how the food at the home that he lives in is
Yes.
awful. Mind you, he cleans his plate 3 meals a day and is growing, which is good. He was too skinny, but it's to
Yes.
your point. I'm like, if I
Oh
just
my gosh.
let it be tape and think about the bingo card, no visit is complete. And also, can we get all that in under 10 minutes? Or are we moving swiftly this visit? In which case,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 5 minutes flat.
Yeah.
Food is awful. Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah.
You look sick. You're too old to marry now. And it's like in this context, it is funny
It's
every
funny.
visit. And yet,
Right?
to your point, 9 times out of 10, I go sit in the car and cry, and I act like something interesting happened when
Mm-hmm.
this is
Mm-hmm.
this is
Yeah.
we have game tape. This started
Yes.
sometime in December,
Yes. Yes. And it instead of going in hoping it'll be different.
which is the part that gets crazy. And sometimes I do that, and then it
Yeah.
feels like no agency, but it's just bananas.
Yeah.
Lovable, but it's bananas.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead, we anticipate it and we're just ready.
Right. That's going to be said. It doesn't even mean anything, which is, as a coach, the part that's
So true.
interesting. Like these are words.
Yes.
He
These are just words,
literally not
right?
meant to be an attack, which might be slightly different with your clients when they're sitting
Yeah.
across the table sometimes where,
Well, but still they're just words,
yeah,
right? So, and I talk to my clients about like no matter which kind of divorce process they're in and no matter where they are in the process, they're still just words. If the other person says them, they're just words. They're not a final decision. They aren't, like you have one spouse who says, well, I'm never paying any sort of child support.
right,
Never, not a dot,
right.
right? Like, okay, yeah, those are words. Great.
No,
That's
it makes so
that's
much
not
sense in
the
the
end.
context. Like
Yeah,
that's what they're saying. Perhaps they want that to be true, that we have a lot of
sure.
lawyers and a lot of laws, and probably that's not going to end up being true. But like,
Right.
we don't have to react to those words as if they are magically going to get out of child support
Yeah.
somehow.
It's not the end result. They're
Mm.
just words.
Oh my
They're
God.
just words. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I am obsessed with how you just simplified in relationship. We can watch tape
Mm-hmm.
and anticipate,
Yeah.
have a plan.
Yeah. And we have so much tape. You know, you have it. You
Hmm.
know. I mean, even for like super simple things, right? Like, oh, that friend who never texts you back in
Exactly.
24 hours, right?
Exactly.
Like she always takes 4 days.
She's
Okay.
she is me.
She
And
Serena hit.
she means no harm. She genuinely,
No.
I just want you to know, I'm just going to look at real quick to see where we're at with my text. I have 43 unopened texts right now, four,
Oh my
three,
God.
and this is my life. Some people are like, how?
Yeah.
I'm like, eh. So,
Yeah. Right? And so it's like, if that's what I expect, then
yeah.
I get to choose what I'm going to do. There's the agency piece, right? Like, then I get to choose. Well, then I say in my text to her, if I don't hear from you by Wednesday, I'm going to just go do this thing. Love you, bye. Right?
Yes. And I
Yeah.
have a friend, catch the irony, who will be like, okay, I'll text that to you immediately. And then it doesn't happen. And I text her 3 days later. And then we hung out for coffee recently. And I was like, I forgot. My friend is the most ooh, shiny object. And I would like been insulted. Like it had happened like 2 times. And
Yeah.
she doesn't care about me. I'm not important. Or maybe she just doesn't like me. And then like when we had that coffee date, it was like, no, this is a neurology brain, shiny object. This has nothing to
Yeah.
do. Are we friends?
Right.
Does she care? And there were no time sensitive issues in play. It was just
Yeah.
she said she would, and then she found something shiny happened.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh, that's how she is.
That's it. I
That's
can message her again and be like, no, I really want that, please.
mm-hmm.
Or not.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, Meg, I'm obsessed. Have you watched the TV show that's all about Michael Jordan? And I think it's called The Last Dance. It's
Oh, that no, but a long time ago, right? Like a few years ago. Yeah.
It's so good. So I want to
Okay.
encourage you to watch it and everyone else
Yeah.
listening. It's Michael Jordan's, it's
Yeah.
Netflix. It used to be ESPN. It was a docu-series. It's like 7 episodes. And they're not going to teach you what Meg just taught us. But it's so good, especially for any entrepreneur, because his devotion to hit the craft, for lack of better
Yeah.
terminology,
Yeah. Yeah. So good.
so good.
Mm.
Okay. What else would you like everybody to know about you other than a basketball family and bringing basketball to relationship skills? I've learned that. Got a 10-year-old who's not going to be thrilled to unload the dishwasher, and you're like, love you, babe, get it done.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. Yeah. So I love working with parents who are navigating divorce because that's my passion and that's my love. So whether it's a very friendly divorce or there's a lot of conflict, I'm happy to support folks as they go through it. Yeah.
Um, do you find, and I'm genuinely curious right now, do you find people have the like, no, 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 I should be able to do this on my own? Or do you find sometimes like clients are like, this is the last thing I should be trying to quote navigate on my own. It's my ex and my children and my whole future.
Yeah. I think lots and lots of people start the process thinking they'll just do it on their own. And then they hit some rough patches. I think for most families, there's a lot of things that we can come to agreement on really quick and we understand. And then there's a few things that are really, really close to our heart and hard
Mhm.
that take some outside support. Yeah.
I had to ask because I'm thinking of me and my situation with my dad, and I have a lot of
Hmm.
support. I have a private coach,
Hmm.
friends. I have like
Yeah.
no shame in my game right now. I am messy. But I'm proud of myself and grateful. I'm like,
Yeah.
I cannot
Yeah.
imagine it any other way.
So good.
I keep threatening to change the chime, but I'm like, I
I
think it's the
love
Hunger
it.
Games. Like when someone dies, I think I picked out accidentally
Oh
the
my gosh, I love that so much.
someone else is dead. Okay, another ego died in the best way. Thank you very much for being a guest on Lucky 13. We're going to link to like your website and all your stuff. Where's the number one place that people can connect with you? Where's your like get on my email list or Insta?
Yeah.
What's your
Come to my website. I've got lots of great resources for parents that are going through their divorce, and it's just my name, Meg Gluckman.